Who you are becoming right now is not an incident. It's a reflection of what you look at every single day. You become whatever your attention is focused on, and this process is happening all the time. I started noticing something interesting. People rarely change overnight because of one big event. Most of the time, they change quietly, through what they give their attention to every day. We like to think we are fully in control of our lives, but if we are honest, most of what we feel throughout the day is already running on autopilot. You wake up and there is already an emotional background inside you. Sometimes it's anxiety, sometimes tension, sometimes just this constant feeling of rushing, and that inner state does not appear out of nowhere. It's built from what you consumed yesterday, the day before and the week before that. The news, social media feeds, other people's lives, constant compression, and eventually you stop noticing how that becomes your normal state. There is a simple truth: whatever you continuously focus on starts growing inside you, not necessarily in the outside world, but in the way you experience reality. If you constantly look for proof that everything is going wrong, your brain will always find it. The mind works like an incredible precise search engine, and it will always return results based on what you ask it to look for. But the opposite is true too. When you change your focus, you begin noticing things that were always there. You just couldn't see them before. Not because the world suddenly changed, but because the perspective you are looking from changed. For a long time I believed something external had to change first, and only then would the internal state come clarity, stability. But lately I've started seeing it differently. The inner state does not come after. It shapes what comes next. Nothing around you may have changed yet, but internally you are already standing in a different place. Not in a state of waiting, but in a state of presence. A state where emotionally you already embody the version of yourself you've been searching for. And maybe all of this begins with something very small. What you choose to look at during the first few minutes of your day, your phone, the news, other people's stories, or silence and yourself. Because slowly, through those small daily moments, you become the person you are turning into. You don't become someone overnight. You become what you repeatedly give your attention to.